Alright guys, welcome back. Okay, so this is gonna be an updated build for the junk deck, right? It's a different variation. Many of you have seen me utilize. Look at this is what this card is insane this particular instant because like tried to ash this, and I'll go more into depth of the reasoning behind this because many of you have seen me utilize this particular engine quite often, right? This and the auto Synchron, right? But and I want to show you, like, because one thing that we need is consistency in getting things in the grave and getting junk or Doppel to the hand consistently, right? That's something that we need. That's inevitable. We just need to have that. Without that, setting up a junk play is almost unrealistic, right? So like if you were to, I guess, to compare it to something, this is basically this is basically like the new pot of prosperity, right? Where you just prosperity just mills excavates 6 and you pick one out of the 6 as you can. This is basically the same thing, except it gives you grave setup and it's a body on board, which you can synchro into a croc, which gets you another card, right? Because you synchro with it and you can bring it back, and you can synchro into Silent Warrior, which is insane. But like, see what I mean? Like, it milled all these things, and that's what you want to do with these particular things. So theoretically, that's the purpose of mics and guitar and Walker, right? Because if you summon mics, junk, and this make this, and you have an additional summon, and then whatever it is that you milled will get your synchro sequencing going, right? So, this is just another like graveyard trigger type of thing that you can utilize. This is a cool thing about auto Synchron, just some synchro with your scale, which is guitar's level is amazing because of it. Then go speeder, summon junk, summon cyber Synchron, go shaman summons junk converter, right, just to regenerate some resources, because converter will trigger because it was used as a single material, and summon any tuner from my graveyard, which is huge. This is a good thing about Cool Bolt as well, because it gives you an option to make a level 4 synchro. If you look at that, make Herald here. That's insane. Look at that. And I'm playing against heroes. I mean, typically I went first because Dark Lord would be a nightmare to deal with, right? He goes, and he just scoops. Like, look at this hand. This hand's awful. These hands, man, testing and then theorizing deck building is a nightmare, because you look at these hands, you're like, oh my god, this is so bad, you know? So I'm not thinking, okay, he opened up the, like, this is a pretty good opening, right? He opened up so good. Like, what do I want to do? The only thing I gotta do is ensure that he doesn't go for a Dark Law. Like, if he hard draws the max change, fair game. But the only way, because he didn't trigger the Shadow Mist, so I'm assuming he's trying to revive it, and insert mass chains that way, right? You see what I mean? It's poly, and then the Solid Soldier is gonna try to revive the Shadow Mist, so I just DD crow it, and I'm like, oh my god, don't have mass change, and he doesn't have mass change. And this is the funny part. Like, this is hilarious, because I want to utilize his hero to help me synchro summon, which is, look at this, is hilarious. Like, he has a level 3, he increases a level 3, and then I have a level 2 Synchron. And what does junk speeder need? He just needs a Synchron tuner. This is amazing. Look at this. Look at this. It sucks that I drew one of my targets that speeder went to summon, but nonetheless, it's still pretty good. Look at this. Look at this. I add Crow because just in case I can't beat him, you know. I have, like, maybe can be useful in some way. And right here, I'm just trying to climb into more synchros, so Starlight Warrior can pop more cards, right? Because if I didn't do this route, I would just be able to pop 2, and I need to be able to pop everything so I can go for game. Because I know he has honest Neos. And that's the cool thing about this guy being level 8. And then look at this, OTK, and that hand was ass. That hand was awful. Did you see that hand? That hand was awful. And he still managed to do this, which is insane. It's just crazy. Okay, so here's the deck list. Okay, so it's very different to the one that you saw previous, where it was trap heavy. You use synchro transmission. This is more a very aggressive build. So basically, this is like your MVP kind of the starter because it gets you deeper into your deck and it gives you grave setup. So it mills this, any of this, right? So you can revive with junk and then proceed to combo off. So theoretically, that's what the purpose of this, because this discards any of these, and it gives you a level 8 synchro, right? And then you just mill and hopefully add one of these or this, right? And same reason for this, right? If you open up this and this, it gives you an additional summon, so you don't mind using your first junk as just a material for chaos ruler, right? Because then you mill and then so on and so on, right? And then you have the cool bolt and this because it's just graveyard triggers that you can things that can help you trigger Doppel, right? These go to grave, you top deck for plague, special quill, trigger Doppel, and then climb into this into this into this, and then continue from there, right? That's like the sole purpose of it. And Gamma, this was not initially here. This was Adara, because I was like, I need you need cards that have synergy with these guys, because like I mentioned before, like having cards that have synergy with junk don't necessarily have a synergy with this one, right? So because we're not playing Hulk, so like having multiple tuners would not do anything if considering a dollar, right? So we want to make sure that the cards that we open with these two make sense, right? So Adara was one of the main, I guess, options, because you can special Adara and summon this, special Adara summon this, special Adara summon, but I mean you just discard it and add junk, but like, you know what I mean, you otherwise it makes inconsistencies that you just hate seeing. And it seemed like these two did the job. Like, this gives you level 8 synchro, which is what it's intended for, right? This same thing with that, gives you another summon, which is neat. It's cool, right? It's like you kind of get the concept. It's very simplistic. I try to simplify it as much as you can, because with these rogue decks, you kind of have to like have a specific route and have a consistent way to do it, because what you lack in I guess in a higher ceiling, you make up with consistency, right? And that's what you try to do. That's why you have this at 1, because I can easily max this out. Like, I'm not really too big on ratios. I'm like, oh, like, you need one of this, 2 of this, because you don't want to, because you guys already know my take on that. But for this particular video, I wanted just to ensure that, okay, give you peace of mind. Okay, just one, because you could even play just one of each and then add other cards. But just I want to mill this off of Chaos Ruler, right? And yeah, man, it's really fun. I'm just gonna keep throwing these ideas out there, so you guys can utilize them and take them in your own way, and change them to however you guys want to I guess see something differently, right? Because like I said before in all the videos, you might see something I don't, and that's good, because that means that's good for all of us, because that means I initiate the conversation, and then you guys just change it and unravel it to something completely different, which is exciting. It's super exciting. But yeah. Yeah, this card right here was like initially I was trying it, and then I took it out, and then I swapped for Adora. But then I was talking to Raph on the pack chat, and then Raph was like, just try Omega. I was like, I mean a Gamma. I was like, okay, let me just try it. And then the first game was basically this match against Heroes, and it ended up resolving. It was insane. Oh my god! But basically that's gonna be. I'm gonna keep throwing these ideas out there, so you guys can have something to work on, and just try to keep synchroing. But that's gonna be it. Hopefully enjoy the video. Like, subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching.